Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a very long time, but hey, that's what happens when you're in school and you just run out of time. But let's get to it. There are a few good shows out, and I wanted to review them and speculate along with you guys and just give my opinion on them. And one of the shows is called Gargantia on a Verdurous planet. Sometimes I think, like, how do they come up with these names? Like, I feel like anime and like manga, they just have like some of them like have the most creative names. And you just kind of wonder, like, well, how did they come up with this? And it's like a mouthful. I just want to refer to it as Gargantia or Verdurous. Verdurous. For those who have been watching, by now we've all pretty much have come up with our own speculations to what's going on. Where is Leto, and where what time period is he in? First thoughts when watching the first episode. First thing I thought about was like, wow, these are great visuals. Like, the art is amazing and the animation is amazing. I also like the mashup of the 3D animation. I feel like it complements the 2D very well, and it's done in a way that it's not overdone, where you don't get tired of seeing the 3D-ness. Now, in the beginning, when they were fighting the aliens or the enemy, you know, I'm reading subtitle, and so much stuff was going on. I was like, okay, I gotta read, and then try to not miss, you know, good sequences. So, in a way, I kind of felt like, I know I missed some stuff, so I had to go back and watch the first episode because I know I missed the visuals because I was too busy reading all that stuff, and all this stuff was going on in the background. But all in all, I do like the 3D animation, and it's a very pretty show. I think we can all agree that it's a very pretty show. Okay, so like I said before, we've all kind of like thought about like what's going on, or did he go back to the past? Where exactly is he? Is he in a different time zone or parallel universe? This is what I believe. Now, and I'm basing this off of the first two episodes, because in the first two episodes, Leto's conversation with Chamber, the hints are given there. Like, in the conversation, Chamber is basically giving us all the hints. Now, in episode 1, Chamber tells Leto, because, you know, Leto can't understand them. He's like, they're speaking an ancient language. Ancient. Synonym to past or a long time ago, right? So I'm thinking, okay, he must be at some point in the past. Now, Leto also refers to the group as primitive, and he wonders, are they a wandering tribe? Because him saying that also gives us insight on his society. In his society, they're all united and they're all tight-unit group trying to fight those aliens. And you know what? Based on what happened in the first episode of what we saw when he was battling those aliens, you have to be a well-organized military to fight them. You can't just go out there and, you know, try to do your thing. You gotta be organized and have a strategic plan in place. So him looking at these people from where he's coming from, like, he's just like, what's going on? What are these weapons? They're primitive. These tools are old. How old is that, right? Now, Chamber also reveals to him that this planet is there's respiratory available. Like, this is like the only planet he's on that matches their records, that this must be the birthplace of humanity. Now, him saying that, we can conclude that they're from, obviously, way far in the future. They don't really know about Earth. Like, it's kind of like, so far ahead that the records of Earth, apparently, is, really old, and they don't really know what it was like. They're just going based off old information, right? And, you know what also made me think, like Chamber and Leto, in their time, they don't know much about Earth and stuff, is when Leto talks to Amy and he says, but, like, I'm seeing stuff that doesn't match our records back where I'm from. So you can say things can be inaccurate. Like, the information that Leto Society has, it can be inaccurate because he doesn't even really know, even though he's read information on it. Or, here's another thought, that when he went through the wormhole, maybe he ended up in another parallel universe. So the records that he has from home is not going to match the records of Earth, because the records of that Earth is not the same as the Earth from where he's from. So that's just another idea. So I had to rethink my assumption, because I think it was in the second episode, Amy tells Leto about the fairy tale or story, I think those are along the words that she used, of Earth freezing over. So if Leto did return to the past, he didn't return way back to the past where probably it was back after Earth froze over, I guess. But Amy telling him this story, this means like the ice caps probably melted, like after the ice age or when the earth froze over, the ice caps, everything melted, and therefore land went under the water, which is why everybody's living on top of water now. So that kind of makes sense in a way. So if Leto did go back to the past, he didn't go too far back as to where Earth was inhabitable and it melted, and then now there's water and people, I guess, and now it's kind of in the future of that. This show is, I feel like this show is, you make your speculations, but as each episode goes on, we're giving a new piece of information to add to the puzzle and connect the clues and hits together, and eventually everything will fall into place. Another thought that I had, that this may be an alternate universe or alternate parallel world of his world or whatever, is that they've never heard of the He-Days. I honestly can't pronounce it. I'm just gonna call them alien plants, whatever. They've never heard of the alien plants, and that could be because that they haven't been discovered or they don't exist yet. So what new things do we learn about in episode 4? Can I just say repressed memories, possibly? I felt like this whole episode was just about, we just learned how cruel and cold, maybe not even cold, just robotic Leto's society is. He says that weak humans do not exist from where he's from. They're killed. Like, they're killed. And people who cannot work or fight in their society, they're useless and they're killed. The terminology that Leto uses to describe his society kind of like lets us know like how freaking hardcore they are. Like I said, he like the little, I think like the memory that he had was like him looking at a little brother being killed, but the word he uses is cold, like cold, C-U-L-L-E-D, and that's just more of a dehumanizing like way of treating someone, not like a human. So you say, instead of saying being killed, they're being cold, they're treated like an object. So in his society, like, you're not even treated like human.